Hello and a warm welcome. We are up against Besconi from Serbia. It's going to be a Nimzo, or yep, Nimzo Indian defense. So I like to play e3 right off the bat, and if they castle, then I go bishop here. If instead he had gone c5, I would have gone knight here first. That's a classic variation. And whenever they play d5, I capture. Capture right away, don't even think about it. Just capture. And now bring the other knight in here. We've got a pretty balanced position. The ideas that might come about are f3, e4, play f3. Now we could also drive the knight in here and win the bishop. I mean, not win the bishop, but win the bishop pair without having to compromise your own. That's also not a bad thing. And here is usually where it's quite difficult to know how to exactly play it. And I have typically found that this move is maybe a bit slow. So I'm going to suggest a3 now, followed up by b4. Although e4 is also tempting. E4 is tempting, but gives you end up with this big center that's hard to hold on to. It's hard to hold on to a big center. It's like a big pile of cash. When you got a huge wad of cash in your wallet, it's not going to be easy to hold on to it. Everyone's trying to steal it. Look at this guy's trying to steal my money right away again. Uh, you got to hold on to it though. It's really important to hold on to your best assets. If he wins even one of these pawns, he wins the game. So it would be tempting to capture, but you have this motif here, so it's not quite ripe. And he can still drop the knight in there, actually. You have to think about that. He can still play it. True. True, he can. Okay, let's do it anyway. Let's do it anyway. We're just trying to disturb his pawn structure slightly. So again, we're behind in the position here, but we can try to fight for a draw and then do our magic in the endgame. That's also a possibility. Maybe it's better to keep the bishop here to control the knight's squares a little bit. Might be tempting to come in here. This bishop is a bit passive, that's the annoying thing. And this king is quite well choked out. That's another annoying thing. That shit. This whole position is shit. can try to create something like this. Not really sure. That's okay. It's looking for that naughty check, but that's not as big of a concern for me. Naughty checks are annoying, but they're not deadly necessarily. Let's throw in a rook. No. Okay, let's throw in a rook check. A knight hit. Capture. Another knight hit. Just waiting for that chance where he comes in there and I get a nice lovely check and we'll start winning all these pawns. That's what we're really hoping for. Something amazing to happen. But so far he's playing quite well, not giving us those opportunities. He's going for a mating attack. Interesting. Yeah. It's not easy to figure out where to move the king or the rook. All pieces looking quite clumsy in their own respective ways. But king is maybe penetrating the position slightly. We've taken this bishop motif, we've made it less powerful. Of course, he's changing the flavor of the motif. Fair enough. Let's now push for the rook trade, not let the rook come in here as well. Now with the bishop out there, it's less of a factor. If we get the rook trade, then things are going to start moving smoothly for the home team. Starting to fall apart here, except he's not really taking every chance he gets, every breath he takes, is he? Oh, not looking good. Shit. Okay, let's do a game review. And what do we have? We have not a well played game. 2100, 2300, not horrible, but yeah. Okay, so Nimzo Indian. So I didn't like this whole idea with the knight. That's something I need to take note of and understand better. Why is this not optimal? I think it doesn't go many moves deeper. Here too. Complicated line. Okay, e4 was also not quite well timed here. It seems like the main move I needed to be making was queen b3. But it's not always apparent, like why queen b3. And now we had this big center and we're trying to hold on to it. And, huh, it's saying I could move the pawn up, but what if he just captures it with the knight like he was clearly planning? Coming with check. Okay, like that. Interesting. Essentially liquidating all the stuff, but keeping one isolated pawn in the center, which you're already going to crack through with and disturb the woodwork for black. Interesting. We went with our own version of that, you could say, but it's not as good. And I want to give a shout out to my opponent here for an excellent conversion of an advantage. We always have to give credit where credit is due, and this was one such case because I thought I played quite well to make it difficult for him to convert, but he was always managing to keep his aces and allow the pressure to transform. I was also trying to change the flavor, but yeah. Finally, the pressure just came a bit too much here around this point, and now we end up in a lot of pressure here. I think it's. Oh, I should have taken the pawn. Damn it! I could have taken the pawn here still. Uh, it's not a tremendous amount that I'm getting from it, but it's better than getting mated, obviously. All right, cool. Thank you.